Hello everybody, welcome to the very first episode of Let's Talk. My name is Keorapeti Tilwani and I'm one of your hosts.
Hey everyone, my name is Tyrone Goulart and I'll also be one of your hosts on Let's Talk. So what is Let's Talk?
Let's talk.
So obviously we're going to be talking. There might be some sipping of things, not bev, I don't know.
No, definitely not bev,
definitely.
but
We
some
won't.
sipping on.
We won't be engaging in such things. But Let's Talk is really to discuss student issues, student-related concerns,
Yes,
even just
affairs.
general things that
general
happen
things.
on campus. Not only our institution, but different institutions.
Externally.
Almost, right? We're one.
Guys, Aiden, I'm so
We're
sorry.
like one institution. At the end of the day, 26 different universities. We're all different in South Africa. But the first year experience.
Yes, the first year experience, we all have our different experiences as individuals and as a collective, because varsity is really about an individual. You get there as one, but you end up forming,
You become part of a group.
Yes, you become part of a group, most
become part of a
importantly, and with first year experiences, we really do,
We differ.
we experience things differently.
Especially, I'm sorry to barge in. I think especially because the different times we came into
Yes.
university. I mean, I came in 2017.
Yeah.
You came in
2019.
2019.
And
so you came in at the time of Uinene.
Yes,
So
that
you
was
were there
my
for, that was your
year.
first year. What a time to enter.
What a time.
I entered
Mhm.
just as Feast Mas 4 was exiting.
Okay, that was
the
an
system.
interesting time as
Very,
well.
very interesting. Like campus was still, when we, actually, something very interesting is that we came into campus very similar to how these current first years are coming
in now,
because
yeah.
the SRC had not yet been elected.
Okay.
And we actually had the opportunity to vote as
At
first
the
years
time.
in
That was
March.
very interesting. Oh, as first years.
As first years, we voted in March, not knowing
You
Asmaz!
don't even know anyone, who
Just
looks like,
voting.
you just see a picture and you're just voting.
Dude.
And yeah, experiences are really different also depending on whether you're on campus or off campus as well.
Definitely.
Because
And then there's also study online.
Yes.
Even back in 2017 and 2019, some programs had like a long distance learning
yes,
thing.
fully. Yes. So I know with on campus is mostly, race culture, we're embraced with race culture, we're embraced
ACT.
with ACT.
But we didn't know it as ACT.
What
we
do
knew it as RAG.
Oh, okay, it was a drag at the time.
It was RAG at the time, and like we used to go to RAG farm. The same like we have ACT parties and all those things. Very, very similar.
Interesting times. Oh,
I think,
I could
you
go
know
back
the
to my
thing,
first year.
if I could go back to first year, I wouldn't want to go to second year.
Would you want to change anything though? Like from your first year experience? Because I know there's a lot.
You would want to change?
That I would, yes.
Okay, can you share your first year experience?
Okay, my first year experience was very first year-y, but I was in a long distance
It's the
relationship
first
at the
year
time.
for me. Long what?
Yes, long distance
You know Adam and Eve were in the
relationship.
same vibe.
And it was, so I had to travel to Joburg every month. So I got to experience the first few months, the singing, the sports events, all of those events, but the actual first year experience, I didn't really get to because I was always in Joburg at my man's place.
Are you
No, we're not.
not together anymore?
It just didn't work out. So my first year experience was first year, but it was also very blurry, But I got to experience quite a lot, especially in terms of race, culture, and
All those things. So mother, daughter.
Yes.
Who's your mother?
We don't even talk anymore. I don't even know where she is. But I think also with these mother, daughter, and father, son, situations. Yeah, I don't think it always works out. But I guess it's worth the.
I have 7 race sons. I'm still in contact
Oh, yeah,
with all
so
of them.
many. Oh my goodness. Did you adopt all of them? Or
I
was it just.
adopt. I have a loving heart. I love everybody. Everybody loves me.
And it's just a love
It's
situation.
just a love story, but I'm single. Am I not embarrassed? Is this not embarrassing?
I saw your wallpaper though, I thought.
You saw my.
It's not you.
It is me,
Oh.
but the person doesn't necessarily mean vibes. It's all about the vibes.
TV vibes.
Like when I put my phone down, I want someone to think.
Oh, okay.
When you're taken, you just become much more attractive.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, people want to
It's
engage.
weird.
It's
I
so.
just don't understand.
As people, we're not okay. But like my first day experience in it, really, really the best thing ever. I got to campus early. Like my father was very intent on making sure I showed up.
Okay.
Because
Did you go with both parents? Like, did they take
No,
you?
my father is very emotional, but he doesn't want people to know.
Oh,
So he
yeah.
made my brother and my mother stayed home. Yeah, like I wasn't meant to be going to UFS. I planned on going to a different institution.
Oh,
Everything had been like sorted out, funding and all that stuff. And then my mother was like, "Nah, fam,
Nope.
we switched the plug, going to UFS." arrived here. And it was the best time ever. Like, I'll never lie about our RC first year, the interns. And then you must imagine it. I'm coming to the Free State. It's a very Afrikaans speaking space.
Yes.
I'm white.
People always ask, why Free State? Why UFS?
I'm white now. So the first thing, that's
really
I don't
not
understand. Like, I can't speak Afrikaans, but like rag, privileges. I'll never forget our privilege, the way they gave us our privileges. And for those of you who might not know what you're talking about when we're saying privileges, a lot of the on-campus residences at UFS have this thing that when for first years. Irony of it.
I think it's really important though.
Ease
into university.
My mother doesn't even give me a curfew. Now I must move into res, and now the res wants to give me a curfew.
So those are the let's talk about the privileges, you know.
So like for those of you who might not know that, privileges they just control. It's like you have a parent and they're controlling your drinking, your having time, a visitor, time, what time you have to be in, and all that stuff. So we got our privileges so late in the year.
Oh my goodness.
Right, like people got their drinking privileges. People got all these sort of things, but we never had the ability to bring a female or male visitor to our room yet. They did it in a house meeting format.
How did that work?
So like it was normal house meeting. Boom, boom, chiki chiki. You know when God says ta-da?
Yeah.
That is what happened. All of a sudden there was a fight between the seniors and the RC. Bottles are breaking, people are throwing hands.
I feel like guy residences are really also a bit, I don't know.
No, I really think it was just for the culture. Because like we had a very good bond as a first year crew. It wasn't really and they just wanted to scare us. They took our RC first year and dragged him out the meeting.
They do crazy things.
Male residences, you'll learn to live. Male resident. And then at the end, this guy walks in, like one of the most hated seniors. He was a mentor, but we all hated him as first years. Like,
how did he get the position? But with mentorship, you don't vote.
Yes. When I say most hated, it was mainly by us as first years. You know how you always have that RC or that mentor who's just. And for those of you, RC is house call. Like, I know some institutions, they don't call it RC, they say house committees.
Different,
So boom. There he comes, he's like, I'm the new RC first year. We're just like,
how? When? Why?
Who almost did? Type of thing. And then they just, boom, they changed into the fact that, congratulations, privileges. Then people went out and lived their best life and drank.
It was crazy.
Right, it was really.
I hope it was a Friday so that you guys were able to.
It was house meeting. So it was a Monday. In a male res, there's no time of day for drinking. Day drinking, night drinking.
Every day,
Every day.
And one thing about res, guys, we're not allowed alcohol, just by the way.
I've never seen alcohol in res. Personally, I don't even know what alcohol looks like.
It is, genuinely. So, alcohol is just a word at this point.
But now that we're discussing our first experience, have you seen how other institutions do it?
I haven't, but I do know that residences are really different because I know Rhodes University has, with us, it's self-catering. You cook for yourself, you wash for yourself, you do all of everything. That. But
Stellies has catering.
Yes.
UP has catering.
They cook for them, they wash, but I don't think I prefer that. I love cooking my own food. So now imagine eating, what if I like my bacon fried and they just boil it for me, so I just genuinely prefer.
Can you boil bacon?
Yes, guys, the healthy freaks. So definitely.
People boil bacon.
People really boil bacon. So I think it really comes with the differences, and it's always important for the institution to state before what type of residence it is, because we had to bring pots. I brought pots from home.
People boil bacon.
People do.
I have never seen
people generally boil bacon.
Bacon.
You boil it if you don't want. Some people don't like fried things. Like generally, some people just put everything in the oven. Yes. So some people generally do that. So I wouldn't prefer something like that, honestly.
I knew that I was coming to a place where I had to be self-catered for, though. I had to learn how to cook.
Learn?
I had to learn here.
That's why I learned in grade 10, because I knew that I wanted to be far from home. I learned, I started.
Did you know you wanted to go to UFS, though?
No, but I knew that it wouldn't be anywhere in Joburg, because I'm from Joburg. Okay. I knew that I did not want to go to Wits or UG. And Wits accepted me, by the way, but I didn't want to go there.
I didn't even apply to
many institutions.
I applied where I knew I wanted to go.
Yeah.
The only reason I had an application here at UFS was really because of they came to our school and they were like,
what
do you want? But like
basically campaigning for themselves.
Yes, they always do that. But like I know at like different institutions, I know Baka has a great type of first year experience. Northwest.
Yes.
I know Stellies has a really nice first year experience as well. Like it's very well orientated. And it's very in there. And they're busy doing that now.
Oh, are they?
They're busy doing, like, the first years, you see them with their masks, they're really living their best life.
Yeah. One thing about UFS, I don't know, UFS has so much to work on. Yeah, it is genuinely. I'm so sorry. it has so much to work on, and I feel
so
like
much potential.
that's the thing. They got leeway. They got so much time last year during the COVID period to be able to plan and
And I always want to say I can speak from a perspective, but it's always a thing of having been on both sides.
Yeah.
When you're in student leadership and then when you're no longer in student leadership,
yes.
like you see the difficulties that exist.
Yeah.
And sometimes you want to make suggestions, but you can see that they're not willing to take it. And I think of the first years of now, some are having to do their first year from
online.
home.
It's really difficult. It's
Some are, and like imagine there's no rag.
Imagine,
there's no act, so there's no interns.
More than academically, the academic part, guys, one thing about varsity is that academic is just a segment of your life within varsity. There's sports, there's culture, there's so many other things. And now having to work behind a computer the whole time, for first years, it's really
draining.
It really is.
It's really draining. Because you got motivated seeing other people study. Seeing other people
applying, it's such a process.
The computer lab.
Yeah.
You see other people there. I was once in the library,
really?
And this guy was watching porn.
I never go. I never ever went to the library.
I have never laughed so much. I think he was so
and
embarrassed.
He obviously had his earphones on.
No one knew he was watching porn until he was leaving. So he closes the laptop and he puts it in the bag and then he unplugged his earphones. Did he? All of a sudden, we start hearing someone living. When someone's enjoying what they're going through. Listen, that man has a very bright career. Whatever was happening on that side.
Not in the computer lab. I remember last year, I think, were they giving out data? Yes, Blake spoke about giving out data, and he emphasized, this data is not for porn.
Why are you so embarrassed to say porn?
No, I'm just thinking about it. Guys, no, it was amazing.
That man walked out with his computer moaning. I promise you, he got to a certain point where I think he just had to,
was he using his computer? Wasn't the library?
Yes, he was using his own computer.
What a mess, guys.
A huge mess. And people are just sitting there so wait. The whole floor was just...
That's the thing, guys. Varsity isn't serious, man. It's nothing serious. But when such things happen, I'm dead.
University, especially your first year experience, you go through a lot.
So many different things. So many ways. And it's not even
long distance relationship.
Yes.
And then other people, they believe... I think of people who start relationships in their first year because of interest.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you've met your love.
And now AJ are together.
All of a sudden you've met your love mate and all those things. And then having to walk from one side of campus
to the other.
Especially us at UFS now. I know that we're one of the very few institutions that have majority of basically all our residences are on campus.
On campus, yeah.
A lot of other institutions there, it's very...
Yes, they all half on,
some are on.
So everything is enclosed, proximity for everyone. I've never had a relationship on campus, by the way. Sabaweli, but...
You bow a relationship on campus. You want to go to another man who has the same size bed as you.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Alright.
How
are you going to share that?
Oh, guys, I'm thinking of other things, but
it's always weird, because I know in Bayers, we have a thing of if we see a girl too much, or even a guy too much, or maybe someone who decides not to identify, or if you're non-identified, we're so this is the new corridor prior.
Oh, that's
because now we're seeing you
every week, man.
Every week, okay. And then we'll start joking with you because personally, I don't want to be in a space if it's not comfortable. And I wouldn't want someone else to be uncomfortable in a space that I'm living in, And there's nothing to be embarrassed of if it's a fat and sit.
Yeah, guys, it's fine. We're so grown now.
We're so old.
Why should we do this off campus? No, we
have our own morals, we have our own religious beliefs. We can, but I'm not going to now come and impose how I feel on you.
No, guys.
So
not everyone is
people with their fat and sits.
Fat and sit, I support fat and sit.
You do?
Yes, I do.
I know.
But not for the long term, no, guys. I mean, in this, period, but, this
so
time.
So you'd be willing to let a man come and live in your room at NJ?
I want to go to his place.
So you want to go to Bayes, you want to go to Araminta.
Guys, you made me think about the whole on-campus. The on-campus,
people, what I've seen with on-campus people is that the girl will shower in the shower.
Hey, wait, now. In the guy showers?
Yeah.
Does he stand there does he stand there and body?
That is security.
Oh, because you guys' showers are different hours. You can literally see the person on the left and the right. Your guys' I think are closed, right? And then you guys just have a door. Yes, it's clear.
What's clear? Clear to see through glass?
It's I know there's 6 showers then. Yeah, guys, that's one thing about Greece as well. So this is the first shower. I can see the next person on the left, on my right, on the right, on the right. So everybody can see each other. So I think that's why you guys' things are different. I'm sure even at your age, you guys can just enter and shower together. It's legit like that.
Yes,
you know each other's body parts now. I don't know why it's so... I don't know why they didn't like that. No, legit.
It's very interesting.
So that's one
but
thing
people
about
like to
race.
assume that girls are more open and more
I guess that's
sharing.
what they say, and it's not always the truth. So that's one
No,
thing about race.
I know it is, and when I've had guest rest before, so when I had to stay at Gary and when I've had to stay at Armentum, the showers are like pretty much closed. Like you can't directly see
I've
through
heard
and see.
that.
Oh, you've heard.
Oh, I've heard.
You haven't
I haven't
seen.
been there yet.
So you're gonna go there.
No, I'm not gonna go there. So I was just so open, and I know today, like, and you need to. I think also something about race is that they don't inform you of everything you need to bring with you, because first years often come so, you know, what's the word? Empty-handed. Some don't come with parts. Like today, the other one came asking me, where's the prop for the bath? And I'm like, you have to bring your own prop.
You have to bring your
Yes,
own.
because people steal, you know.
Yes. You're not gonna take your mother's
So
plan.
I'm like, I'm so sorry, you're gonna have to shower, and you can see that she was uncomfortable because I think of the openness. Yeah, so I'm like, unfortunately, you're gonna have to shower or you're gonna have to buy one, you know. And she's like, I'm just
But
gonna
first years
shower.
are really going to go through a lot this year. I think it doesn't really matter what institution they're at. I mean, look at the problems
In
we're having with
general.
NSFAS now.
It's a mess.
I mean, our institution. Oh.
Imagine if seniors are having problems with NSFAS. How are the first years even
And
gonna
seniors
cope?
at least have. I was going to say privilege, but I don't want to call it a privilege. Seniors at least have the ability to at least know who to
we
contact.
understand, we know where to go.
You know, we know what a first year.
It's
A first year who's at home.
And I think, you know, just in general, I know my sister's doing her first year now at UP Pretoria, and you know, she was home the other day asking me how to navigate Blackboard, how to do this, the simplest things. And I asked myself, didn't they, you know, post a video of how to get there? You know, it's the simplest
But have you seen
things.
those guides from UFS?
It's a mess.
I don't understand it. I think maybe it's because I don't understand English.
I don't know.
I don't know what
it's
I don't
just
understand.
it's just a mess. You call them, they don't pick up. I think
You
that's
email
the biggest
them,
frustration.
they don't answer the
They don't
email,
answer the
and
email.
now it becomes really awkward because now you phone to follow up. They're like, no, there's a 2 to 3 day waiting period,
Yeah.
high volume of emails.
Yeah.
Okay, it's been a week.
It happens. It happens.
It's been 2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks.
I remember I registered, I was
waiting.
lucky enough to register within the first day of registration. I was registered, right? And so I wanted to choose an elective. And I wasn't sure, I was like, no, I'm very unsure
Oh,
about
and
these
no
electives.
walk-ins, by the way, right? Imagine you're
You
on
can't
campus and you
walk
can't
in.
even walk into the office.
So
It's
now I send an email for academic advising. Registration is apparently closed, right? I
Yeah.
still haven't been advised. Like, and it's not like
So
that.
what did you do now? About
I just chose 2
Anything.
electives. Yeah, I just chose. I spoke to friends who did damages.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know, I mean, we could have mentioned it. I study law. What do you study?
Oh, I studied BSOC, majoring in business management and psychology. Yeah, it's pretty long.
So you're out there reading people.
Yes, I'm reading people, guys. Psychology, watch out.
Tense. But like as I said, so I just chose law of damages because I had a lot of people who did it. And then second semester I chose environmental law, and I wasn't sure about environmental law, so I wanted just to speak to an academic advisor. Be like,
It's
okay.
important, you know. You need to make sure you don't want to spend 6 months doing
a
one
mo-
module.
doing a
I think
module,
that's
and
really
then-
painful. Yo.
For me, it's not even that. Like, I enjoy law. I enjoy what I'm studying, but it's like, you know, when choosing a career afterwards, because not everyone's going to go in and become a
Yes.
candidate attorney. Not everyone's going to go in and become this major league lawyer at these top 5 firms.
Yeah.
Some of us, we write articles. Some of us become academics.
Yes.
Some people don't even
Law
become
is
lawyers.
really broad. I think that's one thing that people don't understand. People just think court.
And it's not.
Law is so
It's
broad.
not
There's
suits.
business law. There's international law. Yeah.
It's
there's
not
so
suits.
much.
It's not how to get away with murder.
Yes.
South African law is boring. Especially when,
That's
especially when it comes to the business aspect, the contract law.
And so have you done international law?
We do this.
Oh, this year.
We're doing it
Because I
this
know
year.
someone that's doing it. It's
We're
really
doing it this year.
interesting.
It is kind of interesting. It's very. I think in general, any module can be interesting. And first years don't know these things.
They don't.
They're not even going to be having that experience of when you're sitting at Tiakan, when you're sitting at a dialogue,
Guys,
when
and race
you,
culture. This is
when-
part of race culture.
when you miss, like you know, I think the one thing I love about living on campus, and I'm sure it's the same for people who live off campus, is meeting people who study different things.
Yes.
And then you learn a
Yes.
whole new thing about life.
Yes.
I mean, you meet a medicine student.
Medicine student, exactly.
They catch
That's like,
babies.
I made my first day, exactly.
They catch
yes.
babies. You meet a psychology student, and here she'll be
You know.
telling you, or he'll be telling you, or they'll be telling you about things
How
of
the minds work,
and you're
how
just there like, okay.
Development, yes, it's really interesting. You guys could stay in one corridor and your neighbor, the person that you stay with, is-
Your roommate.
yes, your roommate rather, is doing law, you're doing psychology. It's really interesting. It's a growing space, and you know, same thing for off-campus people because it's
I think
basically
it's really
race, but it's just
interesting.
off-campus.
I think it's very interesting living off campus with the dynamics of living in a commune. living in a space like Campus Key.
Campus Key, those are different types of
Unilofts.
Yes.
Like there's so many different dynamics.
Yeah, and they all come with their own pros and cons. Like I know Unilofts, people pay for their own electricity once. I think it
I don't
runs
even
out.
know how to pay for electricity.
Same. I don't even want to.
I don't even know how to
think of
budget
that right now.
for electricity.
You know, so some people pay for parking at Campus Key.
Do you know we pay for parking on campus?
Really?
Yes, like if you have a vehicle.
A month? Or was it like a
I
semester?
think it's a once-off thing. I'm not. I don't have a car. You know,
Not yet,
somewhere
at
with
least.
my 2 feet.
Not yet, at least.
At
Get in
least,
there.
at least.
Yes, guys.
You're a visionary.
Positivity.
Manifesting with those fake WhatsApp candles.
Yes, candles,
posting on our
candles, candles,
stages.
candles. I posted them yesterday, but I didn't get what I wanted.
Ah,
It's okay.
what did you want?
I got a room that I didn't want. It's facing the quad and the gazelle, and it's so loud. I wanted one on the other side, but it's okay, guys. Those are one of the risk cons. But I applied, because you apply for rooms, then you don't always get the ones
on
you
the
want.
Parkwalk campus, UFS campus, they have single rooms for all seniors.
What?
So like as you
I know
go,
it's really tiny there. Like there's
Is
not
it?
a lot of like students, are they?
okay, no, the population is like 8,000.
Oh, okay.
Like 8,000 students, but like res as you go from first year into second year, you automatically get a single room. It's the same at UP, I think. And then at Stanley's, what I saw when I was there, not that I was a student, but like visiting, they had a double bunk. So you
Literally?
like
So who chooses?
no, you have the bunk to yourself, and then at the bottom was like where your desk is. So you had your own desk, you didn't have to share.
So now you have to climb up to the
To go, I was like, imagine now you bring a sambori
exactly,
over.
And now
You
gonna
must
work.
climb up with that sambori and must lift them up
I'm
onto the.
dead. Yeah,
So
but
it's a
guys,
lot.
that's one thing about campus, and I think this is the period where we were supposed to have our gateway. I think.
I think
Is
Gateway
it
would
the
be
gateway?
over.
Oh, over, ne?
Gateway would be over by now.
Oh,
I
it's
think
March
Gateway would be
now.
over. We're going into March, like classes
are now starting, yeah. But a
And-
month.
But
back.
off-campus students don't really get to experience Gateway.
Yes.
I think that's one of the difficult things about our institution. They don't.
I don't know
Okay,
what
this
they
is my
don't
opinion.
include. Do they include them? Do they?
They
do
try
them?
their best, or at least they say they do. I mean, we have day residences.
Yes, yes.
We have day residences. Day residences are a great way to be involved, especially at UFS.
Absolutely.
We have the Gateway program. We have the Gateway buddies.
Yes, it's a week, I think. eh?
Yes, Gateway is like a week, 2 weeks, because the
Yeah.
1 week is just orientation, the second week is like all the sports.
Mm.
I think my personal
Very
opinion
interesting times.
is that UFS just doesn't do enough to engage with the off-campus community in an
Yes,
active way. It's
exactly.
very passive.
And that's why off-campus students always feel excluded. You could literally, I remember there was a time when Press Day was literally burning, it was on fire. I stayed, like my room was opposite, and I contacted one of my friends and she didn't know anything happening about,
What do you mean? You must speak to an off-campus student and they don't know what stage door is.
they don't know anything.
They don't know about
you know?
SAR. And it's like, does the burden fall on the student population? Or does the burden fall on the institution?
Yeah.
I mean, we both play active roles.
Yeah.
Like we as on-campus students or we as day resident students, we have to try our best at all times just to engage and make sure all students are involved. I mean, we have GOF CFM, we have GOF
Yes, there's
CTV.
so much to do on
We have
campus.
so many different organizations and associations that can really allow a student to be engaged. And the thing is, if you're not engaged, you don't have access to communication.
Yes, that's so true. Exactly.
There is such a breakdown of communication at our institution. It is the ghetto.
It's the ghetto, it's the worst.
Ra-ta-ta-ta.
Yo, when last did I hear that? 2018.
Is that how far ago?
It was not, no, last year.
Wasn't it last year with TikTok?
Yeah, I remember with that guy. Ra-ta-ta-ta. But yeah, guys, it's very interesting. And also, campus has a lot of structures as well. There's so much to be involved in. I know recently they had opened up the ICT lab student positions. Okay, that's for both on campus and off campus, whoever wants to be involved. And then you get rest. You get things like
Sometimes we have personal opinions, but we get dragged
Yeah,
for having
so,
our personal
right.
opinions. Someone once said to me that you could have a room full of people and everyone has an opinion, and that doesn't even make one fact.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's what I feel about personal opinions is that we always get dragged for having a personal opinion, but you should always be careful now with your personal opinion.
Of how you
How
put it.
you give out your personal opinion.
Because we're human and people take things in different ways.
People always perceive things differently, but SSC elections are around the corner. Not even around the corner, they're starting soon. And
Yes,
certain people have been campaigning, certain groups of students. Others have not been campaigning.
At
And
all.
I'm wondering
How do you think?
what dynamic are they going to bring now? Because elections are dangerous.
Elections are dangerous in every.
Propaganda.
Yeah.
Ooh.
There's just a lot that goes
There's a
into
lot that happens. There's a lot of
Very
dragging.
controversial, yeah.
A lot of dragging. A
That
lot of
goes
dragging.
in.
Like they'll drag you for film.
You need to you need to have thick skin to go through
You need to have thick skin to be
something
involved
like
with
that.
politics on campus.
Yes, in general, you need to.
Even within res, there's a lot of
There's a lot, guys.
unnecessary
The moment
politics.
you work with a group of people, just know that you need to have, some type of thick skin. You need to,
You need to be prepared.
yeah, you need to
You
be
need to be very
prepared.
prepared.
Because hey, people will really come at you. They really would,
They'll come
and
here.
that's one thing at race. People will stand up and raise points.
Even it's the
towards
same
us.
with SRC. Do you know that?
It's
It's the
the
same with
same,
SRC.
yeah.
It's very similar. People will come to your office. They'll be like, 1, 2, 3 is a problem.
Yeah.
How are you sorting
How
it
are you
out?
What are you doing?
What are you
Yeah,
doing about
know,
it?
Because they feel that we put you in this position. What are you doing about it?
And
That's
you know
how
they're
people
not
are.
wrong. I would never tell a student
Honestly.
that you're wrong by assuming that I have the authority to do something. Because even us within our different leadership structures, we never capacitate students to actually know what role you have. What's the
Yeah.
purpose of your role?
What-
How do you
that's
assist
the
the
thing,
student?
yes.
And even in res, first years get there, we don't tell them about the policy. We don't tell them about the renewal of placement policy. We don't tell them about
People
the
find out
ITP.
mid-semester, and people then start getting stressed, not knowing. Uncertainty really does stress people out.
Oh, but UFS, you must always be certain with uncertainty and comfortable with discomfort.
Fact, that's one
Oh,
thing about
UFS.
UFS.
UFS is very.
Hey guys, I don't know if we're just growing to love this institution or
I
we're
won't
just
lie.
I think it's just comfort at this point in time.
I won't
Because
lie.
I would be out of UFS, honestly, at this point.
If it was not for the people. UFS
The
has
people
introduced me
keep
to
you
great
there.
people.
Oh, that's true.
Well, being involved in different structures, RC,
Yes.
SRC,
Yes.
radio, like you get involved with so many things and you meet so many different groups of people that it's just like
This is your life now.
this is really it. Even like with me not moving off campus,
Yeah.
I wanted to move off campus.
There's that
Yes, I thought about the
sentimental-
finance aspect of it, like having to pay a landlord every month. I'm not used to that.
Is it a month-to-month contract with landlords?
It's not really like a month-to-month contract.
Maybe,
It's more of a
like, can you cancel at any time and say I'm
no,
leaving? Oh,
no,
okay,
no.
that's one thing I need to
You
do.
have a year contract, you pay monthly.
Oh, okay.
There's certain times where you have to pay. I couldn't leave campus. I was like, I'm so afraid to leave
Yeah.
the people. I'm like, I'm so used to having
It's
people
the
in my
people that
space.
really keep you there. Sorry.
It's the people who really make you stay there.
Yeah.
But we've said a lot.
Yes, we have.
We've really said a lot. I really hope we made sense
Yeah, and
to you guys.
I hope someone related as well.
If we drifted off topic, we apologize.
It's gonna happen a
we
lot.
really went.
We
and that's-
dived into so many things.
We didn't
here.
really focus on one thing, and I think even from us, that's what we can try to
Yes,
improve on.
yes.
Doing podcasts and doing things in life, you always have to learn and criticize yourself and be
Yes,
willing to accept
you
criticism.
grow.
So from us here at the Let's Talk team,
Thank you so much for coming to
it
our
was
episode.
great having you guys, and we
Yes.
can't wait to see you
I
next
really
time.
enjoyed this so much, guys.
If you want to find me on social media, I am at Tyrone the First on Instagram.
Okay, guys, and I am at _on Instagram, and I also have a YouTube channel, by the
Of
way.
course, she's gonna drop her YouTube
I'm gonna
channel.
drop the link
Don't
right
forget to
there.
like and
Share
subscribe.
and subscribe and comment down below.
The same with this. Please don't forget to like
And
our
share
channel,
with you
share
guys.
with your friends, and if you have anything you want us to talk about, hit us up. So until next time.
Thank you.